Hi, everybody. Hi, Rose.
Hello.
Hi, George. We're going to learn how to set up and invite and handle Google Groups. So as you see here, you just go to groups.google.com, and it'll typically fill the rest of this out yourself if you do that. If we go here, see, it's going to go and it'll give me all of my existing groups. Now, I already started the one that I was going to train you on because I didn't think we were going to do a video out of this. So what we're going to start with then is creating a new group just to see how it's done. So we're going to call the group name Valk and Dart. And if no one understands that, that's okay. You could just listen to Rosemary chuckle. Okay. So the group name then becomes valkdart at googlegroups.com. You'll enter a group description, which is, we'll call it Happy Puppies. Helps if we spell happy right. And then you have your settings, who can search for it. We're typically, for an NA group, we're going to stick with just group members. We don't want it to be open. Who can join the group. For NA, again, we're going to protect anonymity, and we're typically going to go with only invited users so that other people can't just go randomly find it. Who can view conversations. We're going to stick to group members, managers, and owners. We're not going to leave it open to the general public who can't search it or join it anyway. Who can post, we're going to leave it to the same. Who can view, leave it to the same. And go to next. And then this allows you to add members. It will automatically create you as an owner. You can add group members, add group managers, and we're going to go through that actually in this next part anyway. And then click create group, but we're going to skip that because we're not actually going to create that group. Now we're going to go to additional needs, which is where we're actually learning to do this. Now what we're looking at first is adding members. So we're going to go to members. And right now it's going to be just me and Rose because I added her. So we're going to add members. Now here, because I'm an owner, it allows me to do either members, managers, or owners. What we're going to do is we're going to add members for the most part because we're not really going to, once we add people, you can decide to make people managers or owners. I do not like to do the directly add because you end up getting spammed for that too often if you're adding people that don't really want to. So I'm going to do, oops, I clicked out of it. Invite members, and then you'll put the person's email address in here, and let's add.
Okay, so hold on.
Yep.
All you did was type his name and it pulled his address.
Well, it will pull from your, when you're doing it, it'll pull from whatever you have saved in your Google
contacts.
Your Google contacts. So like when you're sending an email to somebody, like if I start typing yours, see how it autofills?
Yeah.
So
now,
that's
I don't normally use Google, but I do know some of it does show up on my Google account. I use my MindSpring and Outlook.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to have to copy and paste unless they're an actual Google address.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Okay.
Unless they're saved in your Google address book, yes.
They might be.
All right. So then down here in the invitation message, I'll just add, you know, this is your invite to the Add Needs Google group. And then when they get that, the same way that you've gotten yours in the past, they just get an email with a link to click that adds them.
Okay, so I compile all the names in one box.
Yep, you can put them all in there.
Okay.
Yep, and send them all at once, and then just do this, and they'll all get the same thing. So we're going to send invite, and now Jocko has his invite. It won't show up here because he hasn't accepted it yet. He'll be under pending members.
Okay.
Now, once you add members, as owner, you can go under here, under the role, and change people to manager or owner. And there are different levels of things that they can do. You're
Okay.
really only going to want typically one owner because that's the only one that can go in and like kick out managers and set other people as owner when they leave, things like that.
We're gonna leave you as owner because I'm an old lady.
Okay. So I'll stay on there for now, but it's not a role I really want in yours. But I'll be there just as a backup. So if things go crazy, you can call me and say, "Hey, do this."
It'd be more of I'm sick and can't do anything, or I'm in the hospital and
Right.
you got it. That's where it would be more at than anything.
Okay. Also, once each person is in there, then these are some of the things that they have as far as how they're contacted. They can set it up. So I always have mine set at each email. So every time someone posts in the Google group, meaning that if we go to SCF add needs to conversations, like you can you can directly post in here, or if you email to SEZF add needs at googlegroups.com,
Mm-hmm.
then it will automatically go in here as a post. And then depending on how you have your settings, each time that someone emails to this, since I have mine set at each email, I will automatically get an email of everything that's sent to the Google group or posted in it.
Okay.
You can also do digest, which you will have, I think it's once a week. They send you like just a list of what's been posted on there. I don't remember. I haven't played with it. You'll have to
Okay.
if you want to.
I
And then
probably
bridge,
will keep each email because
yeah,
I have a feeling it's going to be a lot less email once we start doing this.
right. Well, yeah, because they're all going to go through. Here is the idea, so that they'll all be. And to give you an idea of what it looks like after it's a lot more populated, if we go to the PR Google group, everything we've ever done since it was created is all in here. The entire history, 237 emails and or posts that have happened, the meeting minutes of everything we've ever done. You can go back through it all and find it. I've got to
Hey,
get rid of.
Matt, I don't mean to interrupt you. Can't they create email address specific to this work group? That way, when the trusted servant changes, the actual servant for whatever position changes, then they could still access all the old stuff.
Well, that's essentially what this is. But instead of just limiting it to the trusted servant,
Right.
everyone that's ever been a part of this group can go in and read it all.
Okay.
So it's not limited to one person anymore. It's every person. Like I'm going to go make your life even more difficult here and show a whole bunch of names and email addresses.
You're having fun now, aren't you?
I am. All of these people can go in at any time and read everything that's ever happened in these email threads. Everything that's ever been sent to this email address or posted in this Google group. And what happens when if I go over to my email inbox and I send let's go to SEZF add needs at googlegroups.com. Subject, test to make George's life harder.
Ah.
That's the test. Send. So we're going back to my groups and we go to SEZF add needs. It's here. And I have a copy of it in my email. Rose has a copy of it in her email. And if Jocko accepts his, he'll have a copy of it in his email.
And I don't know if you know this, even though I have a different email address, I do happen to have a Google email also, and I have seen this duplicated, not to just this email, but to my Google account too. So it does
There you go.
both.
There you go. So that is Google Groups.